Hello and welcome back to my channel. Why are you trying so hard to fit in when you were born to stand out? Today I will be comparing and contrasting the Shadow and Bone book, the first book, with the Shadow and Bone first season. So first thing we gotta do is read the book. So I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna annotate it. I think pink is gonna be scenes that I hope are in the TV show. And I think I'm gonna do, if I can find a different color, I think I'm also gonna do like descriptions of main characters. Maybe I'll just like take notes on that, descriptions of main characters, so that I can see how casting did as well. So let me get my notebook out. Let me get started. Hello, Tisme. I've been reading for about an hour and I just got to chapter 8. So there are a lot of descriptions. So purple is descriptions. There are a lot of descriptions of characters. I'm a little nervous about them actually doing it, but also in the beginning they described her as like homely, and that's really subjective. So she's supposed to be very plain, and there's a 0% chance that I'm going to find Elena in the show plain. It's just true. It's just true. I'm really liking it so far. I'm also like writing little notes in just for funsies, like thoughts that I'm having. I'll probably never look at them again, but I don't care. But I'm really liking it so far. It's very fast. Like I'm already like 118 pages in and I've only been reading an hour. Like it's happening very quickly, and I can definitely see why it became a Netflix show, because it kind of runs already like a TV show. So far, I can't think of anything that they would have cut. They might have cut Alexei. I also don't know though, like if the first season follows the first book, or I'm assuming it does, so that they like opened it up for more. But I can't think of anything that they would remove, because everything is so quick. Like it's so descriptive that even like the longer stuff is just like, it's just really descriptive. But I'm really liking it, so I'm gonna get back to it. Another hour, another about 100 pages. I'm really liking this. I cannot believe it took me so long to read it. I am still like, I can imagine it in my head. I should have looked at the characters beforehand so that I like could actually like imagine it. But it's so good. I just got to the part where Mal comes back and I'm like, I used to like you. So I think the next time I check in with you will be if something crazy happens or at the end. I finished. I am really glad that it ended, you know, like that there was an ending. I thought it was going to end on a cliffhanger, and like it kind of did, but like it didn't, you know? Like it's not like, and then she died and you're like, oh my god, did she really die? So I like the way that it ended. 1, 2, I feel like I made so many just wild guesses, and you can tell because I wrote in the margins, but I made like so many just wild, unfounded guesses, and one was correct, and I was like, I am incredible. Look at me go. I could write this book. I really liked it. I am excited to watch the TV show. This is not what I thought it was gonna be at all. I don't know what I thought it was gonna be. I guess, I don't know. I guess I thought it was gonna be closer to maybe like The Order, but like the show on Netflix, but it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed because it is like 10:30 or something, 10:45, 10:20-ish. So I'm gonna go to bed. Tomorrow I'm gonna go through my notes section and make a little paper and write down what everyone's supposed to look like and write down scenes that I really, really want to see in the show, and then I will catch you back there, explain those things, and then I'll start. This is so exciting. This is so fun. Hello. This is a really bright ring light, so we might have to turn this down. But just as I promised, I am here with my lists from Shadow and Bone of both the descriptions of the characters and the scenes that I hope they don't leave out. So we're gonna start with the descriptions first. I'll let you know when we switch over to scenes, so if you don't want any spoilers, you can skip ahead. So here are the descriptions of the main characters. Elena, pale, plain, simple. She has a scar on her right palm, deep, heavy circles under her eyes, dull brown hair, scrawny. As I said, there's a 0% chance that the Elena that they cast is plain in my definition of plain. I'm just gonna mark that probably as a fail, because she's probably absolutely gorgeous and will offend me deeply that she is considered plain by Hollywood standards, but it's fine, I digress. Mal is supposed to be very handsome, charming, brave, cocky. Mikhail, one of Mal's friends, is a large redhead, large neck. Dubrov is reedy and dark. Eva, who I thought would be important and wasn't, was in like her name was mentioned like 4 times, has green eyes. Darkling is young looking, sharp features, black hair, gray eyes, and absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty sure that this is Prince Caspian from the Chronicles of Narnia series, and I'm pretty sure he fits this bill really well. It's hard too because they don't actually tell us their ages, but I mean he's not old, so I don't really care. Genya, beautiful, wavy auburn hair, gold eyes, flawless skin. The king is in his 40s, he's slender, big watery eyes, pale mustache, round shouldered. The queen is cold, overworked face, blonde hair, blue eyes, but she just kind of looks, I wrote down like Botoxy. David is pale, very thin, dirty. Bagheera has black hair, skull-like features. Kane, Botkin, scraggly gray hair, scar on his neck. And then the Volcra, gaping mouth with rows of crooked black teeth. They're terrifying. They have gray arms, thick claws, and wings. So those are all of the descriptions. And then Grishas are just absolutely beautiful, and most of them look young because using their powers keeps them young. Those are all the descriptions that I found. Let me break them into categories for you. People I will be upset if they change. Elena, Darkling, Genya, David, Bagheera, Volcra. I'm a little worried that they're going to make the Volcra not as scary as I'm imagining them. People that I don't really care if they change. Mikhail, Dubrev, King. I'd really like him to be thin though. I feel like you don't see a lot of thin kings. Queen, Botkin. I never wrote down to the king's like right-hand man, Absolutecrat or something like that. I'm kind of thinking of him as Rasputin. I don't know if that's right, but that's my thinking of him, like tall and like kind of creepy looking. People that they didn't give me enough of a description of that I care what their character looks like. Mal, he just has to be crazy handsome. Eva, Alexei. Now I'm going to talk about the scenes that I hope are in there. So these may contain spoilers, so if you do not want to see them, go to the time on the screen. Have you clicked off? Okay. Most of these scenes have to do with like friendship. Like I really hope that they develop the friendships really well so that they don't throw something in later and us be like, they do not have that kind of relationship. So I really want
to see where Elena almost getting run over by the coach. I really want them to include Alexei. I feel like if they were gonna cut anything, it would be easy to cut that, but I really hope they don't. I really hope they keep that. Mal saying, you know, I'd be lost without you. I really want a good foundation of their friendship. Elena snapping at Grisha saying, I don't do tricks, you know. I want that. I love her character. I love the way that she was written. So I'm just kind of hoping that they don't skip over that. Elena asking for blue robes. I feel like they're gonna put that in there. It's any relationship moment between Elena and the Darkling. So when he's like, you just have to trust me, and she's like, okay, but hurry it up. Let's go. Elena not answering the Darkling when he's like, can I come back later? And she just doesn't answer him. I'm really worried that they're gonna turn that into like her being like, totally, you know? And I don't want that. I hope that they include Genya and Elena gossiping. I really want to see their friendship. I really want to see later in the book, after Elena makes Mal promise that he'll kill her if they try to capture her. And there's this part in the book where he's like, let's figure this out before I have to behead you. And she was like, I don't beheaded. And he was like, is that not what you want? Should I bow and arrow? Going through ways like, should I kill you this way? Should I kill you this way? And she was like, I was thinking a nice light poisoning, but. So I really hope that's in the book, because that made me laugh during a part where it was very wrought with tension. It made me chuckle. Last but not least, I hope that they include the part of Elena forgiving Genya and David, because it just shows the kind of person she is. So those were all the descriptions of the characters and the scenes that I'm interested in. And now we're gonna watch the show. Okay, y'all, here we go. It's starting, we're starting. I'm a little nervous because I keep seeing the posts that Netflix makes and they have the names I've never heard of. So I'm a little nervous that this is actually going to be either one of her other books and like a mix, or it's going to be like the first and second, and I have not met all the characters yet. So I guess we'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm 5 minutes in and I'm confused. So is Mal in a fight club? I like how they added that she was Shunha. I like that. Also, that child is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm a little confused. Who the heck are these people? I'm so confused now. But I read the book. I'm so confused. I'm missing so much. I looked it up. It's based on Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows. So I'm not gonna understand about half of what's going on. I wish they called it like Grisha or something so I would know, but I'm gonna keep going, I guess, and just not know what's happening. No, Alexei! No! You have betrayed me! Okay, so far I'm liking it. I just finished the first episode. So far I'm liking it. I'm really disappointed in Alexei. I'm disappointed at how they reworked that. I get why they did it, because they wanted to combine those books, so they needed something to combine them. But I'm really disappointed that Alexei betrayed her. I liked better that Elena like basically forced them to go into the fold. They weren't originally supposed to go, because it really shows what she would do for Mal. And I'm just confused half of the time. So we're going great. 2 episodes finished. I'm less confused. I really wish I read Six of Crows though. I just finished the 3rd episode. That kind of like ended like an ending, so that's weird. The next one already started. Guess I'm watching that one too. Please call me Alexander. Yes, I will, sir.
Okay, I just finished episode 4. I think I'm gonna stop for the night because it's like 10:10. But I think the fact that we also see Mal's perspective is kind of ruining Alina for me. Because I'm like, girl, of course he didn't forget about you. Gosh, like, you're so dramatic, chill. Because, and I didn't feel this way in the book. In the book, I was like, oh, yikes, don't like him, unhappy. Yeah, Alina, how annoying. But because we see his perspective now, I'm like, no. Alina, he's right there. So, I don't know. I'm really liking it. I wish I would have read Six of Crows because I really don't know what's going on in the other section, but I'm really liking it so far. Halfway through. So, let's go. Episode 5. She killed for him. Y'all, I'm really liking this. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm probably gonna finish it tonight. I'm so excited. What? What are they? Did they just... Was he reading Shadow and Bone? Final episode, y'all! I am loving this Nina Mateus love story, and I'm very nervous that they're gonna get captured and he's gonna be tortured, and I just want them to live happily ever after, if we're honest. Look at my cuddle bug. He loves this show too. Y'all, that was so good. That was really good. Let's discuss if everything happened that I wanted to happen. Hello, let's discuss. Okay, this is a weird angle. Sorry, everything's in the back or whatever. Okay, Elena. Pale, plain, simple, scar on right palm, heavy circles, double hair, scrawny. I think that they took the she doesn't fit in because she's ugly and switched it as like a racist vibe, so that she didn't fit in because she was half Shu, which actually I kind of liked. One, because I knew they weren't going to make her plain enough for me, but also because it touched on things that happen like in real life. People you generally are mean to you for being ugly. People are racist. Mao, very handsome, charming, brave, cocky. Yeah, I guess. We saw a lot more of his like cockiness. Also his like love for Elena, I feel like, in the show as opposed to in the book. Because in the book, I think because it was just from Elena's perspective, you really didn't know that Mal was like team Elena. You hear at the end that he was like writing to her and stuff, and obviously he tracked her down, but he, in the show, every single decision he made was based off of Elena. So it really seemed as more, like in the book, it seemed like more of a one-person benefit relationship. I don't remember what those are called. And in the show, it really seemed like she really, really needed him, but he really, really needed her. So that was good. Mikhail Dubrov, fine. I don't think Mikhail was redhead, but I don't really care about that. Eva didn't exist. Alexei, I loved him so much. Darkling, who they didn't call Darkling until like the very end. Youngish, check. Sharp features, check. Black hair, check. Gray eyes, I have no idea, but he was beautiful, so yes. Genya, beautiful wavy auburn hair, gold eyes, flawless skin. I don't remember the color of her eyes. She was definitely very pretty. She had wavy auburn hair, although you could totally tell that the auburn hair is fake, which kind of bothered me a little bit. I guess she's been working on herself since she was 3 though, so she could just pick her favorite color and have her hair be that color all the time. King was not slender. Who's shocked? Queen, I didn't really care about her, to be honest. David, pale, very thin, dirty. Bagra, yeah, she's good. Botkin we only met one time, literally only once.
it really seemed, I know that they couldn't do everything, especially because they were smushing 2 books together, but they really didn't do very much of her training. Like, you assume time has passed, but you don't really see any time pass, which was a choice. Volcra, they were creepy looking, not gonna lie. Okay, scenes. Elena almost getting run over by the coach. Did not happen. Alexei was in it, and I hated his new role in it, but I understood the necessity of that. I wish they could have picked a character that didn't like her in the beginning, though, because, like, I was very much Team Alexei, but whatever. You know, I'd be lost without you if they said that. Elena wasn't as snapbacky as she was in the book, but that's okay. Elena asking for blue robes. They didn't do that either. That was really disappointing. I feel like a lot of Elena's character wasn't shown as much in the books because all of the books were from her perspective. The book that I read was from her perspective, so we really got to see every feeling that she had, and they really made Elena a 3-dimensional character and everyone else was kind of 2D. And because in the show they're trying to make everybody a 3-dimensional character, I feel like we lost some of her character, specifically in the relationship between, like, Darkling and Elena. Genya and Elena, yes, Genya being a good friend. I don't know if because I read the books and I always knew that she wasn't going to end up being a good friend, but she didn't seem as good of a friend in the TV show, is my personal opinion. Elena not answering the Darkling. She's the one who was like, sexy time? Are we interested? Yes. Also, I feel like they gave Genya a lot of, like, the negative things that you didn't know for sure in the books. Like, in the book, you knew that Mal wasn't getting her letters, but you didn't know why. And in the show, they were like, it was my fault. Yeah, I didn't send them. That was me. Elena never asked Mal to kill her, so we never got the funny way to kill Elena bit that they did. So that was kind of disappointing. And Elena did not forgive David and Genya. To be fair, I feel like most of those would have been included if it was just the first season of Shadow and Bone was the first book, but because they also added the 6 of Crows and I did not know that, I feel like they needed more time. I definitely need to read the 6 of Crows books because I love these characters. They follow pretty true to the plot of the book, and I am interested to see how it differs for 6 of Crows, because there are these universes parallel like they did in the show when they, like, kind of meet in the middle, or did they really change 6 of Crows because they wanted Shadow and Bone to be the forefront plot thing? So I don't know. These are good questions, Laura, if I do say so myself. So yeah, it was really, really good. I'm really glad I watched it. I hope that there's another season. I am obsessed with Jesper. I love him so much. I love him so much. So much love for that man. And I really liked it. I'm really looking forward to reading more by Leigh Bardugo. I'm gonna read as much as I can, and then definitely if the show comes back, I'm gonna finish the show. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you like this sort of thing, let me know, and I'll find more books that have TV shows and do this sort of thing. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Because I got to actually pick out scenes in books that I really liked. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.